You take a bite.
Bon appetit. When you think about iconic video game food, a few things come to mind. The cake from Portal, the various mushrooms in every Mario game, Nuka-Cola, which is totally not Coca-Cola from the Fallout series. These are legends. But then there's another one, the infamous Mystery Food X from Persona 4. It's less of a meal and more of a running gag, a culinary disaster so notoriously bad it knocks out the entire investigation team.
Yeah, you're right. It's like the definition of nasty.
So what happens when you follow the recipe for it from the official Persona Cookbook? We're going to find out. This cookbook promises it to be good, so we'll see if this is some kind of secret gourmet meal or a crime against cooking. I'm genuinely curious to see how this turns out. Let's get started. Before we get into what could be a great success or a pretty embarrassing failure, we should talk about the lore here. In Persona 4, during a school camping trip, the girls of the investigation team decide to make curry. The problem is they don't really know how. They start adding ingredients they think would be good, and things like coffee milk and sea cucumber end up in the pot. The result is this purplish concoction that is a total disaster that leaves the boys incapacitated. It's not just a bad dish, it's an experience.
Death in a bite!
It earns the legendary title of Mystery Food X, a symbol of cooking that, while well-intentioned, ends up in total failure. It becomes a recurring joke in the Persona franchise, usually attributed to this person. So when I heard that the official Persona Cookbook was coming out in October 2025, I didn't think they would include Mystery Food X, but they did, and they gave it this incredible description. This special curry captures the spirit of adventure, mystery, and learning with its unique color, and its flavor will have your friends coming back for more. That's a bold claim for something that canonically puts people out of commission. The book itself is written by Jared Melendez, a comics and food writer who also authored the official Borderlands cookbook, so there's some credibility here. This isn't just a fan throwing things in a pot like Yukiko, it's a calculated attempt to redeem a legendary failure. So that's our challenge today. We're not just recreating a meme, we're seeing if this recipe can turn an epic disaster into something genuinely good. Can it be done? That's the question. Alright, here we are in the kitchen. I'll start by preparing the eggplant. The cookbook mentions combining the flour and spices first, but I want to get the eggplant roasting as soon as possible so we can perform the other tasks in between. Quarter the eggplant lengthwise into approximately 1-inch wedges, then toss them in oil, salt, and pepper. Then evenly spread them on a parchment-lined baking sheet. We're going to roast the eggplant in a 450-degree oven for about 30 minutes, flipping them halfway through the baking process. Next up are the carrots. These are purple carrots, which I don't normally work with, but they seem to act like normal carrots. I'll peel the carrots here, and then I'll perform a roll cut, also known as an oblique cut, where we're making an angle cut, then rotate it a quarter, and cut again. This creates uneven-sided pieces that's unique visually, but still cooks evenly. The inside of these purple carrots look pretty wild, wouldn't you say? Now the potatoes. The recipe calls for purple sweet potatoes. These potatoes I bought at the grocery store said that they were purple potatoes. I thought these were also sweet potatoes, but I'm not entirely sure what I have here. Once I peeled them a bit, it really didn't look like a sweet potato, but it has the color the recipe wants, so we'll go with it. I'm cutting them into roughly 1-inch pieces, but these seem surprisingly hard. What exactly do I have here? I think this might be yam. Am I correct here? Let me know in the comments. Either my knife needs sharpening or these potatoes are just really dense. We'll dice a red onion, mince our garlic cloves, and grate our ginger. Okay, final prep item here, the beets. You're seeing a color theme with all the ingredients here, right? If this Mystery Food X doesn't come out purple, I'll be at a loss for words. As I'm peeling and cutting them into chunks, my cutting board is already turning into a purpley pink color. It's looking like a massacre here. I hope that's not a premonition for this meal. And that's all the vegetable prep done. About 15 minutes in, it's time to flip the eggplant. They're roasting nicely, looking good. Back into the oven for another 15 minutes. Now for the spice mix. We'll put in 3 tablespoons of flour, 1 tablespoon of Japanese curry powder, 1 teaspoon of cumin, 1 teaspoon coriander, a 1/4 teaspoon cinnamon, and a 1/4 teaspoon cardamom. The recipe calls for combining everything on a dry skillet and toast them on medium-low heat. Stir frequently until fragrant. I really like this cardamom. It's really aromatic and I think it's gonna help elevate this dish. Let's get the curry base going. In a pot, or Dutch oven if you have one, on medium heat, oil in the pan, then add in the onions. Season with salt and pepper and cook until soft, stirring frequently about 5 to 7 minutes. Once the onions are soft, add the garlic and ginger and cook for about a minute until fragrant. Then put in the carrots and the beets. Add in the vegetable stock, about 6 cups worth, enough to cover all the ingredients. Bring it to a boil, then reduce to a simmer for 10 minutes. Then we'll add in the potatoes, the roasted eggplant, followed by the toasted spice mixture. Stir everything together. And yeah, this definitely looks like Mystery Food X, for better or for worse. Let it simmer for another 15 to 20 minutes, which should be enough time for the potatoes to be easily forked through. We've got some time while this simmers and the flavors get to know each other, so feel free to like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments what other video game food, disastrous or delicious, you'd like to see me try. It's been simmering for about 20 minutes, and this curry has become a smooth, vibrant, and honestly terrifying purple soup. As a final step, add a teaspoon of maple syrup. The time has come. I've cooked the rice and I've prepared myself for what's about to happen. Let's plate this up. A bed of fluffy white rice, a generous ladle of the Mystery Food X. It pools on the plate, a deep, glossy violet red. It honestly looks stunning in a very intimidating way. The color is breathtakingly unnatural for a curry. It looks less like food and more like something from a fantasy game. This is it, the moment of truth. Here we go. It's okay so far. The eggplant is really good and the spices blend together nicely. The potato turned out softer and creamier than expected, even though I'm quite sure it's not a sweet potato. Visually, it absolutely looks like Mystery Food X from Persona 4. The ingredients really nail that color and vibe the cookbook was going for. And most importantly, it's edible. It's a thoughtful, well-constructed dish. The flavors are bold and surprising, but they work. The roasted eggplant is easily my favorite part. I don't normally eat beets, but they work here. They add color and earthiness. I really wish I had actual sweet potatoes though. I think that would elevate this dish a lot. Right now it's more of a soup than a thick curry though. I would have it simmer longer or either the next day to have the eggplant meld into the soup and get more of that sweetness from the carrots and beets. My wife tried this a few hours later and she actually liked it. The sweetness is what really appealed to her. I wasn't planning to make this again, but now I kind of feel obligated to. Personally, I don't think this works for me as a main dish. I will want something a little more hearty, but it would be a great side dish or part of a multi-course meal. This edible version of Mystery Food X is definitely serviceable to your friends, especially Persona fans, maybe your enemies too if you want to freak them out. It would absolutely be a conversation starter because of its visual appeal. And there you have it, Mystery Food X Edible Edition, the legendary joke dish, transformed from a disaster into a genuinely tasty recipe. Maybe Yukiko can redeem herself one day. Probably not. I didn't know what to expect from creating this, but what a journey. Would you dare try this? Let me know in the comments and also your most wanted video game foods. Don't forget to like and subscribe, it's free, and I'll let you know when the next cooking video comes out. If you want to support me directly, check out my Patreon. Thanks for watching all the way through, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care everyone.